Welcome back. Thanks for joining. Here we are back on Elmcreek again, just plugging away, So doing pretty good so far. Been doing some pondering, been doing some thinking. I'm still up in the air. I want to just set it up the way things are going right now and just kind of see maybe we're going to add to it after. I don't know. I'm thinking that I don't know. That's what I'm thinking right now. Also, too, while I was doing a little peruse and check around, turns out I think I forgot to put a post in. Oops. So, hmm, that might be reason enough to redo the chickens. So again, it's all this open space. But again, we were like I said, what do we got? Greenhouses. If we got, what do we got here? We want the let's go for a big one, right? Like we need a big one. We can do a couple small ones. Let's just turn that all stuff right back on here. Taking a couple screenshots. I loaded everything down. Ooh, 125. Ooh, don't need that. Yes, we do. And there's on and on and on and on. There we go. Okay. All right. That's much more gooder. So now, when it comes to greenhouses, oh yeah, like I want to, but I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hold off for now because I mean we could even like 2 degree stagger it. There's the different possibilities, definite possibilities. And even here, we've got a lot of room here where I feel like this is actually a little shorter than what it was. So I mean, technically it lines up around there. We probably could have moved it out a little bit, but that's okay. But that leaves us room. So I'm like I said, I think what I keep coming back to is that I want to try to get it as close to the way it was originally first. Once it's there, then see if we can add, manipulate, change if need be, that sort of thing to kind of create that wraparound to bring in 25, right? To bring in 25, the 25 products, all that sort of stuff. But right now, we're just going to continue on to try to get it as close as the way it was, and then go from there. All right. So, like I said, now when it comes to the decorate, it's tough, right? Because when it comes to decorating, when I say decorating, I think to myself decorating, putting boxes down, putting all that sort of stuff down. Whereas opposed to where what we're going to be doing today, I've been doing some thinking, and I almost want to say I want to call it more weathering. I guess you can say. So it's something that we're not necessarily decorating, so to speak, because I thought about it after the last episode that it's like, are we decorating? Yes, we are going to be putting some decorations up if we can. And as we go, it's like, this little spot right there with the wood, here and there. However, when it comes to what we're doing today, I think I'm going to call it weathering. Oh no, aging. Yeah, let's say aging. That would be the better one because weathering, you're more, yeah, it'd be more aging, right? As if working it in. So start from the beginning. Here we go. So now the good thing is that most of this stuff is grass. So that's where kind of as you can see, our edges and stuff are grass. So that's a good start. And what I like to do, if I can, actually, you know what, we're going to rip up there real quick right now. So if there's any buildings that have any doors, I always make sure that, woo, easy killer. I always make sure that the doors are open just in case if we're putting grass down, like meadow grass or anything like that, have you. We'll put that right there. That's a good safe spot. So if there's any kind of meadow grass that pops up and that we don't realize, oh, did we not hit that one? There we go. Peace. Open sesame. Open sesame. All right. So then as we're planting our grass, if it does happen to go too far into the building, then at least we'll see and we'll be able to deal with it. So there we go. Okay, so we are ready to rock and roll. There's no doors there. There's no doors there. And like I said, the grass is already in. So initially, what I would do, let's just pretend for a quick moment. So I would get my grass and I would actually go big. I go big because the way I look at it is we cut in our roads, like literally and landscaping wise ways. So I would go around all my edges with the paint and at least get my edges in a good chunk out, right? So it's like with this one right here, we would just put the whole thing as grass and then we can work our way in and around as we want. And then what do we got here? So we're gonna so we're gonna cover this up right here. Now we did already do the weather excuse me, aging. Do the aging there, so that's as stuff has grown up, right? So we're gonna just cover this up and then we're gonna try to meld this all together. Okay. So let's get right into it here. So everything's grass. We've already done that, so we're good there. We can pretty much, let's just go ahead and, because it's all long grass, up there. So we're gonna go long grass up here. We're gonna overlap the fence, and then we're gonna try not to get up all of the white stuff. Yeah, the white flowers. I'd like to keep the decorative flowers and colorful stuff as much as I can, especially for the areas that we're not going to be doing anything with, like this corner or this little hill. So stuff like that, and then now same thing, right? Go back in, put a couple bushes, slap some in there, right there, boom, right there, and again, just a little bit. Oh, that's a bigger one. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll do one more big one here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Good enough there. So now, with that grass in there, and actually, you know what? We're going to continue on and around. Now, this is the long, and then what do we got? We got short right there. So let's go medium. Let's do yeah, you know what? Medium's nice. So we'll do just medium along the edge here, all the way down. And again, it's all about you fill it in, right? So everything's the initial fill in, and then once it's filled in, then we go through and we cut stuff in. So now this again right behind there, and I did see. I'm sure we went into that shed there. And then we've got the medium here, so I think we're gonna do a little spurts and spots of medium here, a little bit. There we go, perfect, just like that. There we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice that greenhouse. So while we're here, because we know that the gravel, this area right here was of dirt. So the gravel was actually, the other area, what's the, there we go. Distribution, or the warehouse, I should say, is gravel. Then this area is dirt, and then this area goes gravel again. So that is where we are at. And now where were we? Oh, I just want to make sure. Yep, we got all that. Okay, we're good. Excellent. So now this is where it's going to get a little bit touchy, right? We're going to be, back to our grass. Now, this, again, artist discretion, right? So we're going to go with the easy. I'm going to go with the super short just because it's up in this area. So I don't want to be going too nuts on how tall it is because, where areas, high traffic, so to speak. And then back here, we're just going to cut it all the we went in there a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to cut it all the way across. And then we're going to outline it right here. So let's just do that right now. And I try to keep it. Ooh, see, there you go. If you go the square, you can actually get it right along the edge if you want to. Again, it's how you do it. I'm used to using. So I use them both. It just, like, we've gridded it out and we've done the snapping, so that's the main thing. So because we've done the snapping, that's why everything's gonna line up, and it's matte gridded in the right direction, right? If you happen to have caught the installation, the first episode of the installation of our grain crop storage in Riverbend, then you'll understand. But yeah, there's issues when it comes to the squares, where if it lines up properly, but if it was off on an angle, that's where things can get messy. So let's just do some. There we go. You know what? We'll just try square on this one. We'll go a little bit smaller right there, like so, and then even smaller still. Cut that across. There we go. One right there, all the way. Ooh, that was a little too much, but that's okay. So the grass is the bulk. That's kind of, I mean, it can get a little expensive, obviously, eventually, but it's not one of those things where you don't want to be filling like all this area out. You just want to be doing the edges, right? And then what we can do is we can cut in. So like in this area, for instance, we can go short all the way around, right about there. You can do the circles here. So we can go short all the way around. We can we'll run the grass all the way up, but then again, like I said, we're going to cut in, right? So grass all the way up here. So let's just do this quick time bulk like. too close to, because we've already done the bale storage, so we're good there. And then that's good. That's good. That's an around. Around again. We want, no, that's a little too far in there, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to fix it, right? So again, just the bulk-ish. And we're going to do short on all of the bulk. And then it's, again, area, right? It all depends on what area you're doing. So if you're doing an area that has out in the field, so to speak, and would be more so taller grass, then of course you would probably use your bulk as the taller grass, whereas opposed to we're deep in the farm here, so this is, so to speak, high traffic areas, right? So high traffic areas that we're just going to fill that in there. Oh, easy, calm down. Okay, so that's filled in, that's there. Now this stuff, and this is the, oh yeah, that's okay. See, that's exactly it. That is why, yeah. Oh, and it lights up. Ooh, that's lucky. That's why we open the doors. Let me get that. These ones are a little bit bigger out here. It's going to be going down in between. Go. Okay. And we might as well just finish that off. All right. So that's that. That's that. And we go around here. We want this shed. And then we're going to put, there's the little tufts and stuff. Oh, a little too far. So right about there. Okay. And then that's all done there. That's all blended in there. And that's all done there. The sheep pen's done. That's done. That's done. And back here, fill this in. Right. Oh, and yeah. Oh, major. Good lordess. So a little tough there. I like to do. Tough there. Just kind of growing up along the edge, right? So yeah, we're gonna go back and fix that. So we want our, well, we're just gonna do grass just to cover it up again. Oh, come on, Major. There we go. Right on the edge, then use the square to try to keep it. And then this is where I don't mind that. This is where stuff like this right here is what I like. So you get little tufts like that. It's like, yeah, it's, starting to grow up in it. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's a little excessive. Maybe we'll tone this little bit back here. But there we go. That little corner there, Beauty. So now back to our short. We're just going to do a little right there, and then we're going to fill this little corner bit right there. Excellent. And then when it comes to the long, right, so this is the long and the medium. This is where, it's up to you where you want to put it, right? So again, we can just kind of toss it around. We're just going to toss the mediums around, just growing up here and there. And that's over there. Even the backside here, we got some medium. You can go a little bit along. Right? Oh, where did that go? That probably went. Did that go the other side? Sure did. Boom. Oopsies. Okay, so then there, we're going to toss a little bit long in the corner here. Why not? Boom. And, oh, yeah, you know what? We're going to get, we missed some there. So we're going to have to repaint the shed. That's okay. Oh, we haven't fixed that one yet. So let's go medium. A little small medium there. Medium's coming out of there. A little tough medium there. There's a little bit right there. Okay. There we go. That's good there. And then we want a little medium. Yeah, why not? A little bit there, a little bit there. Okay. And now we go back to our grass. Paint this in. And again, I'm not too worried when it comes to the little bits of grass. As long as it's a little bit. It's not, I don't want it too excessive, but okay, there we go. That's it. That's all. Voila. So that's the outline, right? So that's your basic outline. That's just going to get you started, right? So now when it comes to the details, this is where I've got a little bit of foreshadowing here with the tractor driving around, but it's more of you almost want to just drive the vehicles around and kind of get a feel of, where you drive them, where the tire tracks would be, that sort of stuff. Get a transport truck, something with a trailer, drive that around, kind of see where everything lands and go from there. So then what we do, let's see, because most of this grass, sort of grass paint, will be, excuse me, will be painted over, right? So it's like we come in and it's even the small stuff where kind of go in and out of like how we would drive. And this is where I'm sorry, but this is how I like to do the camera thing where I just run it back and forth, kind of willy nilly, basically, right? Just where would it work in? Where would it come through? And now again, it's one of those where I've had both. I've had it where I've had a lot of these little green patches, and then I've had other, excuse me, there's one point where I cleaned it up, and I cleaned it up and I really filled it in. I filled it right in. There was hardly any green patches that were kicking around, and I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I like both. I can see both. So so then when it comes to this, like I said, when it comes to this stuff, this is the bulk. We don't want to be going inside too deep into any buildings or around that because we want to be basically just or we're going to be holding off on doing that until until we're done the bulk stuff. So almost jipped into the bees there. Come in there. All right. Then this one. Now this area is pretty simple. I mean, yes, there are going to be some green tracks, but for the most part, not really, just because it is a high traffic with your little tractor and the little trailer coming around. Yeah. Oh, it's tight. Yeah, we definitely should have. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, it's funny. Once it's down, it's like, oh, I know that this is too much. This isn't enough. I can feel it in my gut. I know. I know. We just had a smidge of room. I want to say maybe that pole was probably more like right, like maybe about there ish. Not much, but just a little, right? So just a little, just enough to for me to notice. All right, so this one kind of just gonna be cutting it in and out, and then we want our through road as well. So this one don't want to be worrying too much. Again, it's. I mean, unless you're that type of person that you like to sit there and do the individual details, that's kind of how I run, right? And that's how we set it down. Now, what you can also do another option because there's two ways of doing this, and the tedious way, but I guess you could say almost more a little bit more detailed, but maybe not. Yeah, see how much grass that pops up. So it's like if you wanted to on the side areas, you can pop some down. And if there's little areas or a bulk area that stayed, like I don't mind the paint without grass in certain contexts and in specifically, excuse me, specifically in this context, right? So it's like little tufts of grass, that's not so bad. And then what you could also do, the other option is we are still on a short. Okay, so we can actually bulk fill even the grass. So you can bulk fill the paint, and then once you've bulk filled the paint, let's try it. Let's just try it all the way around here. There we go. So now we've got the bulk filled the paint, and then what we're gonna do, or sorry, the meadow. Good Lord, words are hard. And then we are gonna grab our dirt and go back to there, and then again, just kind of envision, driving vehicles around, right? Like coming out and around and spinning around, coming in this way. Then you're gonna be driving up and around this way, this way. Go, kind of swinging up that way. Then you're gonna come around, and we'll go to a little smaller one and kind of zip around in and through. Boom, boom, boom. Right? I personally like this effect better. I would rather do it this way than do it that way because that looks too bulked, right? As opposed to this one, you're actually cutting in, right? So we can, oh yeah, like getting in there, and then if there happens to be that smidge of a tuft of grass that's left over, then it works out. I think it works out great. So again, just like we did in all of it, when it comes to the melding of the roads, what I like to do is I'll do a little bit of the one product, say dirt, going one way, and then I'll actually come back the other way with a little bit of the whatever it's transitioning into, right? If it's into gravel, it's into grass, if it's into what have you. So then this is where, again, super high traffic area where I kind of feel like most of this grass would be gone. But because I just did it and we like it, we are going to do it again real quick. Oh, we'll do a little bit there, and then let's do some nice. There goes those ones. All right, and then fill that in. There we go, willy nilly, perfect. Oh, oh my! Ooh, look at that! What a difference already. Haven't even gotten to the detailed stuff yet. So we are getting there. We are getting there. So please bear with me. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for watching. This is fantastic. I just cannot thank you enough for the support and encouragement, and we'll jump in, and the patience. Patience. Thank you so much. I'm going as quick as I can here. So again, we're going to go a little bit bigger just because, high traffic, right? I feel like it would be the trucks that come in up this way. And then we're not going to worry too much about melding into this side because that's going to be for the next episode. So when we get into that one, because obviously we have to put all of our buildings down first, you very much could. Maybe we'll try it in this one. Actually, that might be a good idea. Is maybe we'll do a bulk grass, and then we'll we'll put. Yes, actually, I think that's a good tester. I think we're gonna try that because I have done it. It's just been a while. I haven't built in so long on Riverbend. We're still just plugging away, trying to save monies. We just put that grain crop storage, and it felt so good to finally do some landscaping on Riverbend. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to try the grass. We're going to get a bigger one here. So I think we're going to try the bulk grass. Oh, here we go. And again, bulk grass on that field as well. But we're going to do the whole field. I think that's good. That's going to be good. Okay, so nice and easy. Not too crazy, but we're just going to go around here. We've already got some dirt already put down. Go, a little bit there, a little bit there. Boom. And then go back to our dirties. We want, let's do this one. So then even if you wanted to, like when it comes to other areas, you can go right down to small and you can do your individual tire tracks. But the problem is I can see how you have to be on the right grid. If you're not on the right grid, it won't hit it. Whereas if you hit the right grid, it'll kind of jive for you. So fair warning, it can take some getting used to. And once you kind of get the hang of it and it's it's all about squares basically. And then you can once you figure that out, go sailing. So again, just back and forth. Plus, we're going to be backing stuff up, in and out, up and down, or in and out of here. Boom. And then there's some stuff right there that we're going to be parking. So we'll do one more just because it's really missing a lot. There you go. And they're going to be coming in here and kind of driving this way. There we go. I feel like this is too much grass. We'll get rid of some of that. Yeah, there we go. We meld into that a bit. Then we kind of meld into there. Oh yeah. Okay, so then that goes in there. Oh, easy. Just a little bit, right? Back and forth. All right. And then here too, because we do. It's kind of easier back in the rollers because we have two rollers that are going to sit there. And there we go. All right. Not so bad. See, already, like we haven't even put any bushes down and we haven't even done any details. None of the building details yet, but already that is already looking pretty good. Okay, so from here, again, it's cutting in the road, right? So we're going to start right at the top. We're all good here. Sheeps are good. Chickens are good. Sheeps are good. Chickens are good. Way to go. Yep. And then we're just going to start from here. So now the roundabout here, I can see, not having, so to speak, that much traffic. So, but we will be having a lot of traffic coming in this way. So that means I would imagine a little bit of a turns and stuff are going to be going on, right? As they come in and out of here, and then the same thing, turn their way around that way. And then what we'll do is we'll get in. This is where the detail works. So I don't, again, depending on certain things, I don't mind. I don't mind if some of the little non-paint or non-meadow grass spots are there. I think it can add to it, but just you know use it with a grain of salt or take it with a grain of salt. Go, and then over here again, not too crazy, just a little bit, and then we can actually have it kind of zip it see if you're on the right grid. There we go. Okay, that's there, and then same thing, cut in the corner. Pop that. Let's clear that up. And then when it comes to these entrances, now in the entrances, this is where I clear them right off. So I'll get this in there. That I'll just do maybe one there, a little pop. There we go. Same thing, kind of like almost simulate like a tire track, right? Pop that in there. And then this one goes in there like so. Oh, you know what? And apparently we cleared that one. Cool. Right on. That works. And then just continue around, right? So now this one we got a little bit of an entrance. Not that we would ever use it, but aesthetically pleasing or aesthetically wise. Yep, definitely want to make sure that you have that ability. It makes it look like lived or aged, right? It makes it looks like it's walked in. People going in there all these years, even though we're on year 4. Oh, sorry, wait. Oh, riverbed. Wow. Ooh, yeah, just easy. Oh, riverbed flash there. Okay, so now same thing. I mean, I do apologize. A good chunk of this is repetition, and practice makes perfect. But it's just kind of picture where the tires would go, and then where blah, 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 excuse it more. Where the end of the shed is, that's where you just kind of eyeball it right now. And it depends that we lucked out in this sense where you have sheds like this where you can see both sides. Fortunately, there are some of those sheds out there where you can only see one side, whether or not you want to. So do what you can. But here again, just kind of where things go, kind of grass grow in, plus also grow or get worn out. Things get spilt off the shelves. You know what I mean? Go, little splotch, splotch, splotch. Same thing here. Again, we're going to be a lot of skid steer work. So I can see it not being that grassy just because of the fact that we'd be ripping it up constantly. However, I still would like to put something. Here we go. Grass growing up in the backside there. Oh, all right, not too bad. And then what we can do is even just add a little bit of medium. Little tufts here and there if you want, right? It all depends on whatever tickles your fancy. Then here, so again, now we've got our silos. So just like we did in Riverbend, and what we're going to be doing here, major, there we go, is we're going to be painting it. So it's all about cutting it in, right? You want to be doing your edges and exteriors first, and then when you're ready to go from there, that's when you cut in with your dirt, your gravel, your asphalt, or at least I do. That's what I find works best for me. And then same thing, we've got that ladder there. So access, got to watch the camera because this is where it'll bounce, right? So a little bit of an access there. And same thing, access there, kind of coming out. Oh, geez, I'm wanting to leave a little bit of grass in the center. It's just not doing it. There we go, a little worn. And then this one, same thing, where wear it in there. And I mean, we're already doing dirt underneath it, so it's kind of hard to. But I mean, you use your imagination, and I mean, I know there is, or at least I've heard. I should say no. I could have sworn I've heard that there is some texture mods. So confirm for me if you would, please. Let me know in the comments if there are any other texture mods out there, because I have no. I just want to get this. I just want to do this. I'm so excited. So I completely forgot about thinking about that, and I didn't check. So, anyways, moving on. We're almost there. So we got access, right? Access to that. It would have grown over the years. And things just kind of stay where they are. Boom. And then we're going to work our way up. Or excuse me. There we go. Little spots. Oh, they see that's too even. Rawr. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's a little bit more gooder. All right. So we'll just paint that like that for now. Just see what's going on here. Okay, so now from here, we do have, see, and because we have those posts, it's like a little bit of grass. I kind of feel like would maybe pop up, but nothing too crazy, right? So it's just that's the way she is right there. So again, with the short, it's all high traffic. So little short stuff, I just want a little tuft right there, maybe grow. Go kind of growing between each other there. Same thing over here, right there. Excellent. Now we're gonna grab and go back to our dirt. And then this is we're gonna pull back a bit, and just like I said before, we're like as if we've been driving vehicles in and out or packing vehicles in all these years, so to speak. And then yeah, there we go, little tufts there. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that. Hold on. Yeah, that looks too. Okay, so let's go a little bit more left and right. Say, oh, okay, not bad, not bad. That's not so bad either. The roller goes there. Okay. Now, when it comes to, we've got to continue around. So now this is a little bit too, that's way too out there. So we're just going to cut this in like so. And then what the thought process is that I would like to do is we're going to do, excuse me. Oh man, my brain is just not working right now. Holy jumping. But I'm so excited. Just, yeah, I've got, oh wait, no, we want, yeah, you know what? A little bit of dirt right there. And then we've got our ladder. So we're going to put dirt right there. Again, ladder, or sorry, little lever right there. Put a little bit of dirt. It's kind of worn its way through. Just like a so. Ladder right there. And now it's the service. Oh yeah, service building. This one, actually pretty simple. Yeah, there we go. Just get rid of most of the grass, really, because it's work. There's really no time for things to grow. There's just stuff flying everywhere. Okay, so tuck that in. Yeah, right about there. And no. We've already run into that. Okay. That's that. There we go. And then same thing. It's just again, apologies. It's kind of repetitive here, but it's just where would things be? How would they get worn in? Quick time like this. Building entrance. Just what I'm looking for. Boom. All right. That's that. That's there. All right. Yep. You know what? Sometimes it'll break through, and that's just the way she goes. All right. Yes. Okay. It goes there, and then now there we go. There it goes in there. Whew. Okay. Sorry. This is this is why it takes forever to do decorating and aging. It's just the little details. You can sit here for hours. Let's get that all in. Skedaddle that all in. And then last but not least, coming around the bend. And then work your way a little bit tough there. Why not? A little bit there. Work your way through. Boom. Boom. All right. So preliminarily, we got our greenhouse down, got everything down. Everything's ready to rock and roll. Oh, hey, oh, yep, there we go. Yep. So we need a path from over there. Past, yeah, there we go. And then if we can also go this way. Okay. And we're going to empty that or clear that out. And boom. We're ready to rock and or roll. And then that's the thing. So I do apologize. It's just like that. This is just grass and painting. So now again, it's up to you. Like I'm not going to go full ham or anything, but this is where you just grab some stuff and okay, let's put some bushes there. And okay, well, we don't have anything over there, so nothing would be back. Well, yeah, things like over here, nothing would be back here. So let's put some bushes there, right? Oh, we forgot a spot. We forgot a spot. So yeah, they're going to be, there we go. So it's just the same thing. We're going to be going in. Now this would be, yeah, I guess we kind of tuck that in. We're going to drive our 2 wheels in there, back trailer in there, back trailer in there. Come on, baby. There we go. Not too bad. Just zoom out a little bit. And just again, back and forth, right? It's one of those things where, oh, I feel like that's a lot. Holy jumping. Okay, you know what? Let's just do a quick little swipe. Yeah, that's much better. 'Cause, yeah, this is some of this stuff is super high traffic areas. So okay, ooh, you know what? That just worked out real good. All right. So then from here, now again, it's just you grab some bushes, grab some decorations. You know, we can even get up here. Oh, we want to do decorations, and we'll just scroll down here real quick and randomly stop. It's like almost like, boop. Okay, maybe not that one. Let's see what's down here a little bit. So, okay, we got placeable dairy farm. Oh, good lord, excuse me. Those are weird looking rims. Interesting. Interesting. Dairy farm rims. Oh, I wonder. Okay, okay. I wonder what they're for. Let me know if you know what those rims are for. You let me know. And then again, it's just like we could sit here all day. Oh. I do know. I do know. I remember. Meow. Oh, it dwarfs it. Oh, it dwarfs it. Okay, so oh no, it is that one. Okay. All right. Well, it's the way it was. So free mode. Boom. There we go. Then we can put a little bit of dirt, just a smidge of dirt in there. Right? Yeah, just a smidge. Smoof. All right, that's that like that. And then again, just kind of putts in it and getting it's all about how you want to put it, right? Like back here, right? We've got some stuff back there. That would be a good spot for some bushes. You can even go so far if you want a tree, right? You can put some. Now we don't. We're not going to have any, but again, however you want to build it, right? You can put a tree right there, off to the corner. You can have anything you want. It's like the world is your oyster. Right? So there you go. So that's all decorated. Well, okay. I will do some off camera, just as you can see already why, especially for me, it takes so long. Because this is where you just sit back and you just kind of look, right? You just kind of hang back, look, it's like, okay, well, oh, there we go. It's got some brush or bushes there. Got another little strip right there. Let's get some of these ones. Let's see what there we go. Some bigger ones. So here we go. You can pop those in through there. Some bigger ones could be what else? Oh, we can put it like a big one right here, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Big one right there. Oh, there we go. That's a nice one. And I think this one. Yeah, something like this over here. Coming around here, you got a couple of little bushes, all that sort of stuff. So that's again just the little details, right? Then when it comes to the decoration, now I don't think others, anyways. There's really not much. Okay, in 22, when it came to the decorations up in this area, there really wasn't much. There actually really wasn't much. If anything, there was a couple, like I said, these pieces here, but this was all equipment. This was all just nothing but, nothing but main equipment. So, except something like this, right? So I'm going to go off camera. Between now and the next episode, we're just going to add some bushes here and there. Going to add some little touches here and there, and just because I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it. So next episode, we are going to move on to, boom, what do we got here? Field 4. Okay. So Field 4 is going to be next episode. Ooh, you know what? Let's save it up. Save. So we're going to save it up. We're going to check out Field 4. What we'll do is we'll put down the grass first before we do anything. And then we are going to try to see what we can get. Because we need to see if we can find I need to find a silage pit that's the same width as a base game bale storage. So if you happen to know which mod, if there is one that happens to have that, that would just be absolutely fantastic. If you could let me know, that would be great. All right. Well, until the next episode, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Hope this is helping, and we will see you soon.